The landscape, I'm using Utrecht acrylic, okay? But if you're a beginner and you want to start painting, there's nothing wrong with using, you could just buy Liquitex Basics acrylic. If you want to give it a try, if you've never painted before. Uh, I'm going to do a landscape. It's on live right now. Uh, Trying to find a big brush so I can put a lot of paint up there. There we go. I just used this to gesso an old painting. I'm going to paint over an old painting. But today I think I'm going to lay this out with so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to do the mountain different today with like a golden color. I mixed burnt umber, yellow ochre, and yellow to get this color here. Then I'm going to use burnt umber for the dark side of the mountain. But I want to get this all filled in. So I'm going to have I'm going to put a tall peak here, tall mountain peak. Maybe some jagged edges here. And then I want to have some hills coming down. Uh, I'm going to do I looked it up because I'm going to make this a golden color now, the mountain. So I looked on my color wheel. So complementary color to that color, you can see is like a blue-green. So I'm going to make the sky blue. I was going to make it gray, but I figure so I want this to look good on top of what's behind there, because I know the dark colors look good on this golden color. It's pretty amazing. So I got some cerulean blue here. I'm going to mix it down with a little white and lighten it up a bit. And I got some additive in this water here, just a little water with a little, you put this flow additive in the water. You just have to put in like a few drops of this with a little water. It's enough to get the paint flowing on the canvas, okay? It's good if you're doing landscapes, because landscapes you got to fill in a lot of color like this. So uh, that flow additive really helps. Or you can just use water, same thing. So I'll have a blue sky with some cool clouds. Let me get the sky in, then I'll finish laying this in. I kind of got ahead of myself there. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm doing paintings right now with acrylic paint, but eventually I'm going to go back to oil. So if you like oil paint, I'll be doing them in oil again. But I'm getting used to the acrylic. I'm using a better acrylic paint because this paint's a lot better. It's a better quality than the Liquitex. But what I'm trying to do is make it look like an oil painting is the best I can using acrylic paint. I'm trying to make it look real too. It's more realism. I do abstract that I'll be doing probably sometime this year. I'll show you some of my abstract pieces, but for now I just concentrating on cool landscapes. I mean, I live in Seattle. We got mountains everywhere, water. And so what I'm planning with these hills, uh, I'll probably run some water from back here somewhere through these hills, and then maybe out pictured here like that. I'll just kind of roughly lay it in here. Just like that. Maybe a river flowing down or a pathway. Could be a pathway going up into the mountain. We'll see. And then maybe I'll have, let me get some of this, put the level ground here about. Two hills on either side, so it's going to kind of cradle it, and I'll have some cool clouds up in here. And down here, I'll just have to figure out what's going on. I'll probably just put some bushes down here, so I can run some trees up here, maybe some bushes over here on the edge of this water. Some nice green grass in here maybe. So there's the layout. So the mountain today, I usually do it with, I usually do my mountains with Payne's Gray. But today, like I said, I'm going to use that yellow ochre. I mixed yellow ochre, burnt umber, and a little yellow in there to get this golden color. I want the mountain to look a little different today, so this golden color looks really good too when you put darker colors over it. The contrast is very nice. So I'll probably run these hills in a dark green, and it should look pretty good next to this golden color. Look at that already. It looks pretty amazing up against that blue color. So this is the first time I've done a mountain in this color, so this is kind of new for me. I'll lighten this up with some yellow down here, maybe. Let's see what happens. Maybe a little white now, titanium white. There we go. That looks good. Forgot to grab paper towels. What I'm doing right now, I'm blocking in all the color, okay? And then I'll start painting. Once I get all the color down. This is one way I do it. I have, different ways of doing it. So I'm going to make this hill and this hill. I got hooker green, but I put black in it, okay? So it's going to go on dark, but I'm going to lighten it up after I'm done putting it in. So I'm going to put it in dark. Just going to block this color in here on the hill, okay? Just block the color in. This is kind of like the underpaint, okay? This is hooker green, and it's got some black in it. And I'm planning to put some treetops, on the top of these hills, so. Now while this is wet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some, I kind of want one of the hills to come in front of the other, so sneak the water around maybe through here now. Yeah, through and around like that. I'll put this hill behind that one. Now what I'm going to do is grab a little titanium white, and I'm going to lighten up the top, the back side of these hills a little bit. Just lighten them up a little bit with the titanium white. While it's wet, I'm actually letting it blend in with the dark. It's almost going to turn like a grayish green color. Just like that. Very good. It's looking good, looking good. I'm going to make all this this same color here. I'm going to put in here, probably a little darker though, and then I'm going to put grass down here at the bottom. So all in here is going to be that color. And I'm going to make it a little darker now. I'm going to add a little burnt umber to it. So it'll be a more brownish color down here than the actual mountain. Almost like dirt. Look at that landscape so far. I'm going to put green grass down here with some bushes down here. So I have some green here. Just a little green because I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow. Since the theme is yellow ochre, I'm just going to grab a little yellow ochre and mix it right into that little green paint I got. And then I'm going to fill this in with that color. Get some of my flow additive on there. I lost my river. That's alright, I'll put it back. I might just make it a pathway, we'll see. So we'll have some green grass down here. And now I'm going to do the same thing. While this is wet, I'm going to grab some white and lighten up some of the spots so I get some different values in that grass. So it just doesn't look like one color. You can actually do that in your brown too. Here, get some titanium white and run some color in the brown. So it might help give you some ideas what's going on in here. Okay. Look at that scene already. Wow. That's looking pretty good. I think it's in focus. Can't tell. Let me zoom it in a little. There we go. I'll pop my bushes in right now. I'm just going to put a little dark down there right now. Some dark green. It's always good to have, if you do bushes, start out really dark and then you can always lighten them up. But it's good to have the dark color underneath your bushes, because then you can highlight it and you'll have some shade underneath. Okay. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I might as well start working from the sky down now. This is the underpaint's done. Okay, very good. I like that. I think I'm going to do my clouds. I want to use white, but I want to mix something in there with it. A little Payne's gray. Yeah, so they're not just like totally white clouds. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run some small clouds down here first around the mountain. I wasn't gonna stamp them in today. I'm just gonna kind of paint them in. Okay, just like this. Keep them kind of small down here at the bottom. Just gonna paint them in today. I'm gonna put one kind of in this corner. And one up in this corner. That looks good. I'm going to clean my brush off and kind of blend them in a little bit while it's still wet. I'll take a little bit of my bluish color and some gray, Payne's gray, and put some shadows at the very bottom of these clouds. All you got to do is run some dark color at the very bottom of the cloud. Okay, then you'll get like a shadow under the cloud, just like that. Let me see how that looks in the frame. Pretty good. Simple clouds today. All right, now it's time for the mountain. I think I'm gonna put some snow up there first. I'm gonna have the light coming in from the right today, and I'll use some of that just to get some kind of light up here first, so I can see what's going on. So what I'm gonna do is just hit the peaks of my mountain with some white. Just to get some kind of, to get my angle established on these peaks. Maybe I'll tuck those two behind this one here. Keep this one in front of those. Push those two back. Alright, that's a good start. Alright, now I'm going to use burnt umber as my shady side of the mountain, okay? So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to put some burnt umber just left of my snow. I want to bring this in front of those two though. Make this mountain in front of those. Looks pretty good. I'm going to try and, I wipe my brush off, and I'm going to try and blend the two colors where they come together. Just a little. It's something different. Using a brush. You can also use a knife up there if you wanted to. It's looking good. I think I'm going to add another peak in here. Right in here. Small peak. Grab a little titanium white and see how that's looking in the frame. Not bad. I like it. Like I said, I've never done my mountains like this before, but add a little more snow on this one here. just working it now till I, get a decent look. Looks pretty cool. You can just keep working your colors till you get the look you want on your mountain. I kind of like that one in front. Get a bigger brush so I can work this area here. I run some couple hills in there. Very good. All right, I'm going to sneak, I guess I want to put my water back. So I'm going to put the water back in with some titanium white. I want to sneak the water around through these mountains here, these two hills going back, coming around that front one, and then maybe I'll just zip it out the side there. Yeah. I don't want it too complicated. I don't want this to take too long. So I'm just going to zip out a small river. Out the side of the painting there. Coming back here. Flowing back up. So I'm going to have it come from way over here. Just like that. Very good. It's getting there. I'm going to let that set for a while. Check out this brush. I don't know if you've seen my other videos. It's a stencil brush. I'm going to tap into my dark color here, and it's like perfect to make bush tops. Look at that. Put some instant bushes down here. Look at that. Perfect for bush tops, and it's good for trees too. Uh, Let me run a tree up here to get something going so you can see something cool. All right. I'm going to use a number 4. This oil fan brush. I'm going to put a tall tree up right here down to these bushes, okay? And it's okay to use an oil brush on acrylic paint. I like using the oil brush because it's stiffer, okay? And you can really press your branches on a little better, and it doesn't the acrylic fan brush is really weak and it loses its shape really easy when you if you do this. You know, when you stamp on your leaves for an evergreen tree, but this one stays in shape. See, that's why I use it, and it makes some pretty cool branches. So I'll put a big tree here because these bushes are closer to us. That way you get an idea what I'm thinking, you know, because I'm painting on the fly here. Put some big branches down here. What I like to do is fill the middle part in down here just a little to get the tree fat and full, like down at the bottom, right in this area here. Doesn't that look cool? I'm going to put another one on the side here. Maybe not so high, just on the side underneath that hill. Just to fill this side of the painting up with some foliage there. That looks pretty wicked. And my river disappeared, so I don't have to do much work over there on the river. I'm going to put some trees over here now on this hill. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lighten up some of my that dark green, make it a little lighter. And I'm just going to put some tree tops up on top of this hill here. Just regular trees up here. So it looks like distant trees. Some over here, really small, coming down the hill, top of the hill. Very good. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to put some bushes around this river here, right on the river's edge. It's looking pretty good. Make these a little bigger here. Maybe these will be trees over here, like a big tree. Couple trees over here. I'll highlight them. All right, now I'm gonna work this hill with a little titanium white with a wet brush underneath these treetops, just so they show up. Same thing over here. Run a little titanium white down. All right. Let me get my stencil brush. I'm gonna put a few bushes down in here. Let's see what happens when I highlight this. I'll highlight these trees here in the front. I'm going to mix some white and that green that I got. It's almost like a 7-Up color. So all these leaves down here kind of got destroyed in the process of making this tree, so I'm going to highlight some of the branches now. There we go. I'm going to use this green to highlight these bushes here. Kind of going fast. It's taking shape. Just going fast now. It's looking pretty good though. Yeah, starting to take shape. I really like the way the mountain came out. I didn't really explain it that much, but it still needs some work, but I kind of like the way it looks. It looks good. Uh, how I'm going to work this water now is with a knife. I'm going to get a little white on a tip of a knife, and what I'm going to do is come in here and just run some titanium white down the river, right along the edge of the ground there, and then down the side. Just something simple. I'm not trying to be, perfect. Same thing with this river now. Keep it small back here. We're going to bring down some white with a knife. We're going to edge it in. Just on the very tip. And you can work that until you get it, to look the way you want it. The look you want. All right, this is looking good now. I really like it. I'm going to try and glaze my grass now. I'm going to get a wet brush and grab some yellow, and I'm just going to glaze my grass underneath here to get maybe some brighter spots in there. See that? I'm going to grab a little bit of my brown and put some brown underneath my bushes here to make it look like dirt, really blend it in there. Very good, very good. Same thing here, you can put underneath these bushes very gently, put some brown color underneath the bushes there. Underneath these trees, you can put some more of that yellow, just glaze it. Lightly glaze underneath these trees with some yellow. Just at the bottom. Okay, just so they pop out, the bottom part pops out. I'm going to glaze a little yellow underneath on top of this mountain and see what happens. Just glaze it. Get your brush wet and very good. Let's see how this is looking. Wow. It took a little turn there, didn't it? Wow. I really like it now. I wasn't liking it there for a while. But, I mean, the more you work it, the better it'll get, Let's put in some, I'm going to put in some twigs now. And some tree trunks way back there on those trees to help it look like trees. So I'm taking a liner brush and dipping into my solution there. I'm going to put a tree trunk in here. A couple of them. Just to show that those are trees back there. Over here, same thing. Doesn't that look cool? I might have to zoom it in for you. Just make those look like distant trees on that hill. And I'm not going to take too much time with these twigs, but you know, run some twigs up around your bushes. You can use white or black. I know you don't want to sit here and watch me make twigs, but I'll do this after I shut the camera off. Put some twigs in there. I'm going to put a few birds up in there now. I'm using black for the birds. Believe it or not, the birds help finish off the sky. It makes it look complete, I think. Putting a few birds in here. Put one down on the mountain here, like an eagle. We'll get a bunch of birds coming through here. Wow, I really like that. It came out a lot better than I thought it was. I was worried there for a while, but I kind of like how it came out. I could have highlighted these a little better with some different colors, but it is what it is. The twigs really help too as well, so put in some twigs. There's a few more things I'll probably do to that, but for now I'm going to end it. Thanks for watching. Give you a front shot on it. But there you go. 48 minutes. Wow, I like the way the mountains came out. You zoom into those trees so you can see it makes them look like distant trees up there when you put the trunks in there. I didn't run those down all the way. You got to run your trunk all the way down for it to look right. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. This one's definitely different than what I usually do. Alright, cheers. See you later.